Hi, my name's Brody, and I love pool. The problem is, not that great at pool. So I thought I would recreate some of the world's best shots done by some of the world's greatest pool players, and see how long it takes me to recreate them, but more importantly, what I can learn along the way. This is taking hobbies too seriously. In this shot, Efren is playing straight pool. He ended up with the cue ball near the bottom right hand corner pocket and the 3 ball on the opposite side pocket with the rack in between. Definitely not ideal for straight pool. But to get out of it, he pulls this. But first, let's go over the rules of straight pool so you know what's going on and what Efren's trying to pull off. So in case you didn't know, straight pool, also known as 14.1 continuous pool, is a game of pool where the object of the game is to make a certain number of balls before your opponent. It's usually a lot of balls, like a common number that pros go after is 150. Straight pool starts like any other game of pool, with a break. Usually it's with a softer break so you don't leave your opponent with a good shot. My break here was just for demonstration purposes, because after you break up the balls, you want to run out the rack, and you can't miss.
And you can't miss.
If you do miss, you have to stop shooting and it's your opponent's turn to run out as many balls as they can. And when you are shooting, you can make any balls that you want in any order. So you make stripes, solids, any number, you can even hit the 8, it doesn't matter. You just need to call your pocket for each shot. This makes making 150 balls seem a lot easier. Trust me, it's not. The only ball that is different is the 15th ball, because once you make the 14th ball, and might I say, what a sweet bank that was, the cue ball and the 15th ball stay on the table, and then you re-rack the other 14 balls, and then you have to make the 15th ball while simultaneously breaking up the rack with the cue ball. Yeah, that's a lot to accomplish in one shot, and I missed there. And on a different attempt, you can see me rattle the 9 in the pocket in slow motion. Yeah, my cameraman just really wanted you to see the new capability on his camera. So, now that you understand the rules of straight pool and understand why the balls are set up like this, let's go back to the shot. Because Efren has to make the 3 ball, but he also has to have the cue ball come back and hit the rack and break it up. I don't see a path for that to happen, but I'm not the world's greatest, and Efren is. Because to get out of this, he does this.
Wow. Is that aggressive enough for you?
Okay, take my watch.
Yeah. That was a shot so crazy that the announcer wants me to steal his watch, because that 3 did a cross-side bank and the cue ball went 3 rails around the table and hit the rack from underneath.
That looks like a shot you might try, Bill.
Oh, you know me too well, my dude. Because after I stole your co-announcer's watch, I went to the pool hall to try out this shot for myself. Alright, here we go. Attempt number 1. I start by aiming high on the cue ball to apply topspin so the cue ball goes down to the end rail. I just missed the 3, but the cue ball comes around perfectly right into the rack. I already got half the shot down. So attempt number 2, I'm excited. I adjust my aim a little bit, and I nail the 3 ball, and the cue ball just misses the rack. But I got the other half of the shot down, and I'm excited because I'm like, this is going to be easy. Nope, scratch. That's okay, next time. So on attempt 4, after having a quick taste of reality, I'm scared to scratch, so I focus on not scratching. I don't make the 3, and I don't make the cue ball go around the table. On attempt number 5, I take the opposite approach. Risk it to get the biscuit, and I almost scratch. But I do make the 3 on a double bank, which is pretty neat. APA, baby! Just kidding, this is not the APA. And on attempt 6, I put the 3 ball in the wrong location. I can barely see it past the rack. I know I'm going to hit it too thin, but I'm down, ready for the shot, so I'm like, I'll just shoot it anyway, see what happens. I should not have shot it. On attempt number 7, I nailed the 3 ball, but the cue ball comes up short of the rack just again. And even though I made the 3 ball in the right pocket in the last attempt, I decided to adjust my aim because I'm like, you wanna know what's more important? Making the cue ball hit the rack. And on attempt 9, I come to the realization that since whenever I was just using topspin on the ball, I could only either make the 3 ball or break up the rack. I couldn't do both at the same time. I'm probably gonna have to use inside English or hit the cue ball on the left side of the ball. And I do, but I hit it way too thin because I forget to take into consideration deflection. Now that brings into question, what is deflection? Well, deflection is when you hit the cue ball on the right or left of center, the cue ball no longer travels straight down the path that you're aiming. Instead, it deflects to the opposite side from where you hit the cue ball. So if you hit the cue ball on the left side, the cue ball will actually deflect to the right. So in this case, because I am using left-hand English, I have to aim thicker on the 3 ball so the deflection pushes the cue ball to the right. So on attempt 10, I adjust my aim to take into account the deflection, and I do not aim correctly. I also hit it way too soft because that cue ball definitely doesn't have the power to break up any balls. And I also struggled to aim with deflection on 11, 12, and 13. I also aim incorrectly on attempt 14, but I do make another double bank. And attempt 15 is another miss, even though the cue ball comes perfectly into the rack. Boom. Break up those balls, baby. And attempt 16, I make the 3-ball in the right pocket this time, but the nipple ruins a perfect shot. You can see the soul leaving my body out of disappointment. I can't believe this. And to cement my disappointment on attempt 17, I scratch. Nothing cool happens on attempt 18. I can't even tell you what happened on attempt 19. On attempt 20, I almost scratch. Oh, wait, I do scratch. Dang it. On attempt 21, I missed the 3, and I also hit the side pocket nipple again. And on attempt 22, somehow, I almost scratch in the bottom left corner. At this point, I think I'm going to scratch in every pocket before I actually complete this shot. Miss, miss, miss. And on attempt 26, I make the 3-ball, but I don't break up the rack again. I just can't recreate this shot. And on attempt 27, after being tired of making the 3-ball cross-side bank or breaking up the balls, but not doing both in the same shot, even with using side spin, I decide that the 3-ball might be in the wrong location, so I move it a little bit up table. I aim with side spin, the 3-ball goes right into the pocket, and we break up the balls, and we got a shot on the 12. Let's go! Followed by the world's most awkward high five. I don't care what time is it, according to this watch that I stole, it's make those balls a clock. Alright, well, I missed the 12 on this shot, but you know what? I made the cool breakout shot, and that's all this video was about, so bye. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Nick's Billiards Academy for letting me film at this awesome location.